everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be planning the week of June 25th through July 1st, and I'm going to be using a kit today by Station Stickers. I believe I got this kit a while ago. This was one of the first summer kits that I bought. I want to say sometime in early spring, and I've been looking forward to using it, so I'm really excited. It is foiled. It's foiled in holographic foil. If you guys can see that, I think it's kind of hard to pick up, but it's like little specks of foil everywhere, and I really like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and go through the sheets really quickly. And the first page here, we have your full boxes, and then she does have like a washi strip, which is also foiled. And this is all out of order, by the way. Which side? Okay, I think it's this way. Here's your bottom washi, which I'm so in love with this bottom washi. It's one of my favorite parts of the kit. And then you do get some washi strips. And on this page, we have littles, date covers, some flags, and some date dots. Here we have headers and some labels. You do get 2 habit trackers, a movie marquee, a weekend banner, and some functional stickers right here. And on this page, we do have the glitter headers that match the kit, half boxes, appointment labels, a Monday through Sunday box, and a reschedule canceled, and some flags. And on this page, we have the ombre heart checklist, and then you do get another strip of that washi up here. And then in her kits, she usually includes like a foiled icon sheet that matches the kit, which I think is pretty awesome. So here is the one that matches this kit. Although I wish it was like light purple and like one of these blues, you know what I mean? But I will take it. So yeah, that is the kit that I am going to be planning with today. So if you want to go ahead and see how this turns out, then just keep watching. Alright, so the first thing that I want to go ahead and start with is the bottom washi, and I am opting to use this one instead of like the washi strips. I just think this bottom washi is too pretty not to use. So I didn't white these lines out because I didn't think it needed it, and I think I am right, which I hope this is straight. That's so pretty already. I'm so excited. And then we'll do this side. So if you guys have watched my last week's plan with me, I mentioned that my mom was coming into town, and she is here. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to film, but I should have known. I always do end up getting to film while she's here. She usually goes to bed pretty early. Okay, so there is the bottom washi. I think that's so cute. I think the next thing I'm going to do, as always, is the full boxes, and I have no idea how I want to do these full boxes. I do know I'm going to start by closing the planner. It's just easier for me to lay them down when the planner's closed this way. I think I'm going to start with this girl. I think she's so pretty, and she's going to be like my main box because there's like no quote box. So I'm going to go ahead and start with her. So like I was saying, my mom is here. My mom, you know, I love her, but I can't watch a movie with her. And I save movies like to watch with my mom. I don't know if that's weird, but I do save like some movies, specifically scary movies, because my husband doesn't like scary movies. So, and then I don't like watching them by myself because they're scary. So I save them, and then she comes here, and I'm like, oh, we're gonna watch this, you know what I mean? And then she falls asleep like 2 minutes into the movie every single time. So I turned it off. I couldn't watch it by myself. I'm actually thinking about putting these just the way they're laid out to make it easier on myself. I think that's what I want to do. Although I think I might switch this one for this one just because the background on this one is white. This one's kind of like pink or purple. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So I will, although this one looks very similar to this box. Where's the other creature? I mean, there's not much difference there. The other creature. I don't know what to call these. They're like cat, mermaid, unicorns. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to use this one because this one's like more purple toned. I feel like there's a lot of purple in this box, so that's why I chose that. And I'm going to go ahead and put these all on the top like I usually do. I used to alternate. Whenever the Erin Condren had like the headers, I would alternate. What would I do? Yeah, alternate like this. And I don't know what happened. I just feel like it looks a little bit more uniformed the way this is. Like, I don't know. Because I plan with so many stickers, I just feel like it looks a little bit more put together if all the full boxes are up at the top. So that's why I choose to do that. I have thought about like switching it up, but it scares me. I like the way that that I plan. So I think I'm gonna put one of these girls because there's like a lot of them. So I think I'm gonna go with the, no, I said I was gonna switch this one out, right? I think I might switch her out with this one. I feel like this needs a little bit of pink on this side. So I'm going to put this mermaid here. It's so pretty, you guys, like how it's sparkling. I love that. Okay, so we finished off with a mermaid. Let's do, I think, kind of want to split these two up. So I think I might start with a mermaid, even though I just left off with one. Yeah, I'm gonna start off with one. I think I'm gonna do the white one, or let's do this purple one. Let's do this one here. And then let's do, yeah, let's do this pink one. No, let's do this. I'm just basically right now I'm just going off of the backgrounds, like the background color. So because either way I put these boxes down, there's gonna be one of these unicorns next to a mermaid, you know what I mean? So if you guys are wondering like my thought process, I'm just working on the background colors. So I'll put that one there, and then I'll put the last mermaid here. Perfect. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this up. I feel like the first half of my planner is getting really chunky, and I'm kind of loving it a little bit there. Okay, so here are the full boxes. It looks really pretty. I actually really like that. So that's cool. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do as usual is my date covers, headers, and washi weekend banners. So I am going to be using the date covers that I have here from the kit, and I forgot to put the date dots, but I am going to be using these silver date dots by Rose Colored Days. I just really like these date covers. I think they're very, they have like a very plain pattern. It's not too busy, so I decided to go ahead and use that. She does have, set this aside, she does have glitter headers that match the kit, which I actually do quite like. I like how light they are. Kind of wishing I would maybe still use them, but I want to add foil, of course. And I couldn't pass up, like I couldn't pass up these. I feel like they go so well with the kit as well. So I'm going to be using this darker turquoise color. I feel like it goes a little bit better in person. I don't know how it's coming off in camera, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the darker one. I feel like it goes a little bit better with the kit. These are by Tasseled Planner, and these are in silver foil. So I don't have any holographic foil, so I will be bringing in silver foil. And then I think because in the header she has like a pink purple and then like a darker one, I think I'm going to go with the lighter purple and then this darker purple right here. So it'll be this dark purple, light purple, and this turquoise color. And I'm going to alternate all three of those. And then as far as the washi weekend banner goes, I don't have a lot of silver foil, but I think I have enough here. So I have like all of this. Now looking at it, I think I'm going to exclude this one. And this one I feel like I got from Joann's. But I have all of these that I'm going to bring in somehow. Probably not all in the not all on the weekend banner. Okay, so I have these two, this one, this. Okay, you guys, all of these are by Simply Gilded. And this might be like out of the blue, but once it's rolled out, let me put these up. This one right here, once it's rolled out, it kind of goes with the kit. So I might bring that in there. And then this one is by Pocket Post. So yeah, that is what I'm going to do. I am going to go ahead and speed you guys up through this part, and I will be right back. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far, and I really love it. I think it's really pretty. I did opt for the date dots that came in the kit. When I put the silver ones on, I just felt like the dates got a little bit too lost and I really couldn't read them, so I decided to go ahead and add the ones or the date dots from the kit. But I really do love how it's turning out. I love all the silver. I really do enjoy using silver foil. So yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in and get started on the sidebar. Alright, so to divide my sections in the sidebar, I want to go ahead and try using this 5mm skinny bow washi from Simply Gilded. I want to see how it works. It's a little bit thinner than what I usually use, so I kind of want to experiment and see just how much room it gives me in the sidebar. So I'm just going to use this. This one, pretty sure it's like the, what's it called? The candy skinny bows from that collection. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this on both sides here. Oh, I cut that washi crooked. I did. Let me go ahead and fix that. Okay, so now you know why I usually flip the planner upside down when I'm cutting this washi, because I just can't. I can't do it. But I do love how that looks. I think it's really pretty. So I'm gonna start with the habit trackers, and she has 2 right here in the kit. I'm gonna go ahead and start with this pink one here. And I usually do track 2 habits, make sure it's straight, which are posted on Instagram and if I work out or not, which I'm not gonna lie, you guys have not been working out at all, like at all. I don't know what's going on. I think I do know what's going on. It's the summer and the kids are home and it's throwing me all over the place is what it is. So, but I'm gonna keep trying. So I will put a habit tracker for that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use the bows again. And I do like leaving like a tiny bit of white space in between like everything in the sidebar. I don't know, I just feel like it just gives it room to breathe. So I like doing that. I feel like I used too much washi. Like I'm being, what got on my planner? Like I'm being wasteful. But I am gonna flip this upside down. Sorry about the noise. Okay. Oops. Get it together. I'm actually really loving how this is looking. I think it's really, really pretty. So I want to, ooh, she has a fitness header. Okay, let's do that. Let's do fitness header right here. And then let's do the Monday through Sunday box. So this is where I write my workouts that I'm supposed to be doing. Ooh, this wasn't cut all the way. I am going to go ahead and cut off Saturday and Sunday. Sorry, I'm trying to clean off my scissors because I have a whole bunch of washi. And because I don't typically work out on those days. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And put that right here. Hopefully it's like staying straight here, semi-straight. Then I am going to white this line out, and I'm going to go ahead and divide my section. I'm going to flip it upside down to see if I can line this up and I don't have to waste washi from that side. I think that's my best bet. Put that right here. And then what I'm using, in case you guys haven't watched me plan before, I am using an eyebrow razor. I don't use this one personally. It's just one I use to cut washi. It works really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, I like how that looks. I think that's really pretty. I hope she comes out with more colors because I think these are quickly becoming my favorite. I wanna do a cleaning list here to keep track of things I clean because that I do. So go ahead and put that there. And I should be able to fit a whole checklist down here. I shouldn't have to cut anything, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm thinking about this blue one because these 2 blues seems similar. So if I don't have one of these for the week, I'm fine with. I don't know if that makes any sense what I just said, but I hope you guys are following me on what I'm trying to say. So I will go ahead and put that there. And that is the sidebar. I think this turned out really pretty. I love that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I am going to go ahead and cut down my checklist. I usually like to have 3 to-dos for every day, and sometimes even that, especially during the summer, is just too much. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut these down to 3. I am gonna put them Monday through Friday, and I am speeding you up through that as well, and I will be right back. Alright, so all the checklists are down and I can go ahead and get started day by day, but first I am going to go ahead and put my half boxes down for Monday through Wednesday, and I think I'm going to take this light purple one here for Monday, and I think this is going to be a little bit harder because there's so many shades that are similar, like to have not the same colors next to each other, if that makes sense. I just feel like it is. I'm going to put this glitter one down here. I feel like it's either going to be light blue, aqua, light purple, or dark purple, if that makes sense. Here, I definitely want to do a blue. Let's do this darker blue since we have like the aqua down there. And trying to leave a little bit of space in between the header and the half box. All right, so that went down pretty good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on Monday. So as always, I do want to go ahead and mark Coffee Monday, and how I'm going to do that are with these silver foiled coffee cups from Tasseled Planner. And I think I want to do this aqua colored one here, and then I'm going to go ahead and write Coffee Monday there. Okay, I am going to go ahead and do today headers, and I'm going to match them to the checklist this week. So I'll do an aqua today header. And then as always, I'm gonna go ahead and white this out, these lines. I probably should just do it right now while I'm here. White out both of these. I think that makes more sense. Okay. So she does have washi strips in the kit, so I think that's what I'm going to put here, probably to bring in some pattern. And let's do this purple one. I don't even know what I'm marking here. Okay, so usually Mondays I take care of all the laundry in the house, so I'm gonna go ahead, put that here. Oh, that's so pretty. I love how this is looking already. And I am going to be using these laundry baskets also by Tasseled Planner. So I'm just going to say this at a time. There's going to be a lot of Tasseled Planner because I wanted to have this foil, or this kit be, I wanted a lot of foil this week. So most of my foiled icons are from her. And let's do a dark purple. Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do that and put that right here. And that'll be for laundry. And then I was thinking this week, because I don't know, because I did bring out quarter boxes. I don't know how I'm gonna use a lilac. These are also by Tasseled Planner, these foiled ones. I'm actually thinking of using washi in my spread this week, like this one, the bow one. I think I wanna try that. So, where's the bow one? I just want to see how it looks, and then that way, yeah, that's what I want to do. There's no other explanation, you guys. It's just I really want to do it. So I am going to go ahead and use the washi wherever I need, like, space filled up, basically. Usually I use a header, or sometimes I used to use washi, but never like this skinny type of washi. So I'll go ahead and put that there. And I do want some white space in between those, so I am going to cut just a tiny bit off from this quarter box and try to cut it straight, which this is not cut straight, but we're gonna pretend it is. We're gonna go ahead and put that down here. I think that looks really pretty. I wish there was a purple one with silver, but there wasn't. There was blue, pink, green, and yellow. Or not even the green, just blue, pink, yellow. Okay. What did I want to mark here? Whatever it was in the kit, and it was to pay. Okay, so I gotta remember to pay my bill, my Etsy bill on Monday before the funds get taken out to be deposited on Tuesday. So I wanted to use this from the kit, this little money icon here. So I'm gonna use that there. I'm already really loving how this is turning out. Okay, so moving to Tuesday. I do want to mark payday. I do want to put that behind some washi, and I was actually thinking of this washi. I have one where it's almost used up. Here we go. So she has this washi strip that comes in the kit. I want to go ahead and use this up here. I think it's really pretty. And let's go ahead and cut that just as a background. I'm loving this already. And I'm gonna use a payday script. This is by Sticker Blown. I'm gonna use this light purple one. Hopefully it sticks out enough. I mean, I could go for the dark purple. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the dark purple. So I'm gonna put the light purple one back. And I'm just gonna put this in the middle. Is there deco in this kit? I feel like I didn't say deco when I went through the kit. No, there isn't. Huh, that's kind of weird. Okay, I am gonna put a today header here, and I'm done with this page, so let's get rid of it. Let's do this one here, this today header. And I want more space in that. Put that right there like that. Okay, I'm gonna put, what am I using? A washi strip from the kit. Or maybe we can do one of these. Or let me see what washi strips I have. Yeah, I feel like I wanna do, because this is patterned, I feel like I wanna do one of these here. And there's something on this, like it's torn. Like it got cut. I don't know what that is. But for Tuesday, so it's payday, I need to order supplies because I usually do that on Tuesdays. And then I want to mark working on orders. So to order supplies, I'm going to take this. Yeah. And I'll put it like this so the icon is facing the... Oh, I'm not liking that because this is the same color. I'm not liking that. And then aqua is down here, so I can't use this one. I wish there was like a light purple, but there's not. So, oh wait, she has these though that are plain. Or do I just do maybe a light blue? How does it look? I just feel like I need purple. So I'm gonna do this purple here, the darker one. Okay, I'm going to use these computers. These are also by Tasseled Planner, and I think I want to use this aqua one here to mark getting my supplies. And then I do want to work on orders. So I'm going to be using these also by Tasseled Planner. I don't know if I should use this purple or let's do the lightest one. How does that look? Yeah, I like the lightest one. And put that there to mark working on orders. Okay, good. All right, so moving on to Wednesday. So as always, Wednesday, I do want to mark midweek. And I have these also by Tasseled Planner. I'm gonna use the light purple. I'm gonna do what I did when I used these before. These stickers, there's like tabs on the side that's colorful. They don't really go with the spreads, so I'm just gonna cut those off as best as I can. Like that. I mean, you can still see them a little bit, but it's fine. And then I'm going to put the planner here, and that's to mark midweek. I'm also going to follow up with a today header in light purple. Right here. And I feel like that was too far off here. And then I'm going to do, I need to remember to write on this first. So on Wednesday, I need to make a list because on Thursday I'm going to go grocery shopping and I want to film. So I think I'm going to mark making a list here. And I'm going to use a washi strip, maybe like this pink one. It might look busy, but I can write on it and I can see. There's something black on here. What is that? I don't know what's on here, so let's ignore that. To make a list, I feel like I was gonna use one of these because I don't have anything in my pile for like using to mark making a list. I think I was gonna use this grocery icon. Yeah, let's do that. And what am I using? This pink one. I'm gonna put it right here. Then I am gonna go ahead and write that in. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put that right here. Okay, and then down here, I'm gonna do the same thing I did over here. I'm gonna start with some washi. So I'm going to flip this upside down and start with this washi. I'm really liking this, like throughout the spread. I do want it to be straight though. Let's put it like that. And I have like a whole mess over here. All right, so I'm gonna use this light blue quarter box from Tasseled Planner. I am going to write on this first though, so let's put that there. And to mark filming, I have these. These are by Lovely Plannery. I think I'm gonna take this light purple one. And what side do I want it? I'm gonna add it on this side. And I'm gonna go ahead and write that I have to film that day. All right, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in here. It should fit nicely. All right, so that completes the first half of the week. So let's go ahead and move on to Thursday. So I am gonna start by putting my half boxes down, and I'm gonna put a glitter one down here. I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm not trying to match with the, no, let's not do that. Let's do this blue one, because I don't want it to match the checklist, because then I won't be able to match the header with the checklist. And then let's do a purple, light purple here. I don't have any other options. So let's do that just like that. All right, so for Thursday, so let me go ahead and make sure for checklist I'm using the foiled ones. Okay. Let's do some washi first, because I'm using the washi underneath, or in this instance above the checklist. That's what I've been doing for the first half of the week, so I just want to continue doing that for the second half. So when I open it all up, it looks cohesive. So if you guys noticed, usually if I do like washi strips or labels from the kit underneath like a half box or above a half box, then I'll carry that on throughout the week. So for this instance, in this week with the checklist, I'm using these foiled ones. So I just want that to stay consistent. I'm going to be using a light blue one again, because I don't have that many other options. Although, no, I'm not gonna bring that in now. Although I feel like I should do purple. You know what, I do have a darker purple, so let's try that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try that. Because this is a little bit tighter fit than the first half for some reason, I don't know, it just ends up being that way. I'm gonna have to cut these from both sides, I just know it. And then here I am going to mark what? That I want to go and possibly try and get my nails done this day. So I'm going to go ahead and put that here. So yeah, see, I knew I would have to cut it from both sides, so it fits just right in there. Okay, so to mark get my nails done, I do have these also by Tasseled Planner, these nail polish bottles. I'm going to go ahead and put it on this side, this icon there. Perfect. Okay. I don't know how I like that. I really don't. I feel like it's okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and scratch this washi. Is it under the checklist? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and move it to this one here. For some reason up here, I have less space than I do down here. So I just don't like how, yeah, this box is done. I don't like how there's not, it looks crammed is what I'm trying to say. That's just the easiest way to explain it. I do like no white space, but I like space in between and I like it to be even. So, sorry. But I am gonna do light blue this time now that the washi's not there. So I'm gonna go ahead, put that there. See, it looks a little bit more like it's breathing a little bit more. And now that I did that, I think I'm gonna change the icon to a purple and maybe to this darker purple. Something's, I wanted on, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it on this side. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. I am gonna put a today header here. And let's do, why is this here? This color here. Put it on top of the half box. And then washi strip is what I'm using here. Oh, I'm like, where'd the washi strips go? Okay, so this is the only patterned one I have left, which is fine. And I wanna mark, okay, so I wanna go to Michael's and then I need to do groceries. So I'm gonna mark Michael's here. And to mark that, I have these are by Wild Sunshine Co. But now that I'm looking at it, I wonder if I have something in here to mark going to Michael's. Like a car or something. And I don't see, there's like a little planner and a pen. Ooh, I could have marked that for making a list. No, but then it's blue. And I want something purple. Okay, so let's use these. These by Tasseled, or no, sorry, Wild Sunshine Co. I'm just so used to saying Tasseled Planner. Yeah, that looks fine. And then to mark groceries, these are by Tasseled Planner. I'm going to use a purple, and I'm gonna put the shopping cart right here, and that's to mark going food shopping. All right, so moving on to Friday, I do wanna mark working on orders. So I'm going to use these bows again, my tweezers. I'm gonna use the lightest blue this time and put it right in the middle. Okay, then I'm gonna follow that up with a today header to here. Then wipe this out. So up here I wanna mark, there's a few new releases coming out and I wanna kinda check them out. So that's what I'm marking there. I'm going to do a washi strip. All the pattern ones are gone and I don't know what to do. I have this one here that I could use. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and, oh no, you know what? I have these that I haven't used yet. Oh, perfect. Let's use this one. Let's turn it this way here. Okay, that's perfect. Straighten this out a little bit. So yeah, there's just some new releases that are coming out. A lot of shops are starting to come out with fall kits and stuff. So usually on Fridays is the day where I buy the most. So I want to go ahead and mark that because I don't have anything else to mark. I'm going to use this E for Etsy, and this is from Vintage Rose Studios. So I'm going to use the light blue one that came in there, and that's to mark that. And then I want to mark filming again. I'm going to take a foiled quarter box in the purple, and I'm going to mark it the same way I marked it earlier in the week. I'm going to use one of these, and then I'm going to use a camera by Lovely Plannery. I like that to be a little bit consistent throughout the week. Like if I'm working more than one thing, that's the same. So I'm going to use a light blue this time, and I'll put it on this side, and that's to mark filming. Okay. So moving on to the weekend. This weekend my husband kind of brought up going to the beach, but my in-laws are supposed to be coming as well. So if they're not really beach people, so if they come, then we won't go. right? Yeah, and then if they don't come, then we're going. That's what I understood. So I think I want to use these for under the weekend, like under the weekend banner. I usually do have to cut these, so I'm going to start with a light blue. I have to cut these because I just don't like any of my boxes. I like my boxes here to be skinny, although I do have, she has labels in the kit which are really small, which I could use. You know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to save this quarter box and use these. This is perfect. So let's use a light blue here. Let's use a purple here. Yeah, let's do purple here. And then I want to do this aqua color because it's probably I like it better than the light blue. So I'm going to do this aqua color here. And those boxes fit perfect up there. So I think for Saturday I'm going to mark coffee. Just like my regular coffee in the morning. I'm going to be using these. These are by the Sticky Committee. She has these little coffee cups here that are really cute. So I'm going to use the light blue one to mark that. And then, so I'm not sure about what, but Simply Gilded is supposed to be doing some sort of release on this day. So whatever it is, I want to be reminded of it and pick it up. So I'm going to take this half box from the kit, and then I do have these. These are by Tasseled Planner. I think I'm going to take the Aqua Washi. These are so cute. And I think I'm going to put it in the middle. Or do I want to do a dark purple? Because I feel like I'm using a lot of light blue stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know what? I'm going to change this. I just feel like there's a lot of light blue. I'm going to put this in the middle, this dark one. And that'll be to mark, I feel like it's not in the middle though. All right, let me go ahead and fix this. All right, so I went ahead with the dark purple and I just put it like that. I think I like how that looks a little bit more. And I decided to leave the E right there because I don't have anything else. And yeah, I just don't have anything else. So I think for here, or I do, but I wanted a variety here. So for Sunday, I do want to upload my plan with me. So in the kit, she has this laptop, and I don't like that these two icons are blue. That's the only thing that's bothering me. But in this sheet, oh, she does have a purple. Okay. So I'm going to pull this up. I'm just going to change all this here right now. All right, so I cut a washi strip down on the kit here, and that's what I'm going to use. I don't know. I like how that looks a little bit better here. And then that way I can go ahead and use, because I didn't want purple on purple, so I can go ahead and use this light purple coffee cup to break up all these blue icons that were going on, and I think I like how that looks a little bit better. Okay, so finally moving on to the next thing on Sunday. So it is the first day of July, which I feel like is crazy. I'm going to go ahead and take this washi strip from the kit, and I'm going to put that here. And then, or do I want to do, because this is both aqua. I feel like I can't win today. I told you it was going to be a little bit hard since there's like two colors that look a lot alike. I'm going to go with the darker blue because I don't have another option here right now. So I'm going to do the darker blue there. And then I'm going to use these. These are by Rose Colored Days. I do have these in the silver. And this just says, Hello July. So I'm going to go ahead and use my tweezers to center this in the middle. Wish I had deco. It's so weird that I don't. I feel like our kits usually do come with deco. And I'm not missing anything. Oh, that's ruined. Yeah, I'm not missing any pages, so that's kind of weird. All right, so moving on, I do want to go ahead and do a today header. And I am going to be using a half box here, so the box is also blue. Oh, goodness. Okay, I'm going to have to change this. Alright, so what I'm going to use here, she just has another washi strip. I use all of the other one. So, because I don't want two blue boxes on top of each other, I'm just going to go ahead and put this here, and then I'm going to layer the Hello July on top of that. I don't really like picking up clear sticker paper because whatever's underneath picks up with it. If you guys can tell with this Hello July, there's a little bit of blue underneath, but I had to. So I'm going to go ahead and center this again. Okay, that should be good. I'm going to do a today header. Sorry you guys, my nephew woke up and he was crying. I'm sure he was confused of where he was at, so I had to get him situated. So I don't know where I left off, but I am going to go ahead and put this today header here, and I'm going to put this last half box from the kit and put that right there. And this is for, I don't know, I think I'm gonna mark working on orders on Sundays. Yeah, I'm gonna use this bow. I was using the lighter ones earlier, but I think I can get away with this purple, although I don't know. Let me see what blue ones I have. I don't want to do another light blue, to be very honest with you. You know what? Let's just let's just mark something completely different. I can also mark doing my second half. And to mark that, I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these planners. I want to take a light purple. This is kind of like a light purple. I am going to go ahead and cut this off again. And I'm gonna put it on this side this time, and I can go ahead and write that in. So I think that is it. Let me go ahead and open this up. All right, so this is what it looks like before the pen. I think this is really pretty. I love like all the purples and blues and aquas. It screams very much summer to me. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I am going to fill this all in. I am going to be using, as always, my tool pen in the medium tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. All right, so this is what it looks like all filled in so far. I really love how this turned out. I love all the silver. I think it's really pretty, and I just love everything. I love this kit. I did go ahead and add icons that came in the sheet just to kind of use them all up, because I find that when I plan with her stickers, I don't really utilize this as much as I can. So I wanted to make sure that I did that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me plan this week. Like always, all the shops that I mentioned will be linked down below. I did add this bow from my shop, and then this flower clip I just made for myself. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy watching me plan this week, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.